Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, this is DearMamaSal, and it's raining. I mean, seriously raining now. Okay, not gonna let it ruin my day. It's been quite 24 hours for me. Oh, and by the way, Emily, if you're watching this, here comes my indicator. I'm not moving. Hang on, let me turn that off too. Can you hear that, Emily? I don't think so. I have a very quiet indicator. Alright then. Hang on a second. The reason, I have a very quiet indicator, very noisy windshield wipers. The reason that I'm doing this for Emily is because on a couple of the vids she was concerned that I wasn't using my indicators. So I just want to make sure she knows. I'm busy. I have very quiet indicators. So hopefully that will prove it to her. Plus the fact that most of the time I'm actually vlogging while I'm on a very straight piece of road. That's why I picked this piece of road to vlog on, because it doesn't require a whole lot of left and right driving. It's just forward driving. We like that. It's about my very noisy windshield wipers. I remember going in, I think it was last year or the year before, can't remember which, to get an oil change, and they convinced me I needed these fancy windshield wipers. And the good news is they do work very well. The bad news is they're very noisy, which is very difficult for doing this. I had a client come to my place yesterday. For some of you may or may not know that I actually do help people one-on-one as well. And very interesting person, somebody I've known for many years, and has struggled with low self-esteem for all of that time, one way and another. So whenever I see him, it's always interesting to see his development, and he's done so well with so many of the issues that he has, but can't see it yet, but that's okay. But it really was time for him to grow up. And I had to tell him that yesterday, which was difficult to do when you really care for somebody, but it was just like, hello, grow up. And I think what was sad for me was that it didn't matter how many different ways I asked him, he really couldn't tell me what made him happy. And I wonder about you guys. Are you so busy living your life to please others that you don't know what makes you happy? And I think that is a great benchmark of your mental health. And sometimes what makes you happy doesn't make other people happy. And that's okay. So I really encourage you all to know what makes you happy. Now, I know some of you are underage and still children under the law, so therefore, for those of you, obviously you need to abide by your parents' ruling until such time as you are free to do your own thing. And that's very important definition there. When you're old enough to look after yourself, then hopefully you will be old enough to make your own decisions as well in terms of what makes you happy. Until then, I've always said to people, if your parents are paying the bills, they're also dictating the terms, and that's right and fair. So, what makes you happy? I just wondered whether you all know, and what does it take for you to turn a bad day into a good day? Ah, there is the cutest dog in that car. And of course, like all dogs, it's hanging its head out of the window in the rain. I love the way dogs do that. And then, of course, they do something even funnier, which is when they get wet enough, they bring their head into the car to shake it dry all over their owners. Believe me, I know that one. My previous dog used to do it to me all the time. But we actually, those of us who are dog owners that allow our dogs to stick their heads out in the rain, we're asking for trouble. So I learned that if I really didn't want to get covered in wet during a rainstorm, then I needed to keep the windows closed. But I never did have the heart to do that to my dog, who obviously loved sticking his head out in the rain. Anyway, where was I? I can't remember. Oh, that's exciting. What makes you happy? Yeah. So here is the whole thing. I know what makes me happy. It's my attitude makes me happy. I did make a decision every day whether to be happy or depressed with the day. So if I concentrate too much on the rain, I will, mutter and grunt, and how can I do this, and how can anybody work with this much rain, and da-da-da-da. You can make yourself pretty miserable like that. Or you can go, oh gosh, it's raining, rats. Never mind. Never mind. And then move on to something better. And never mind, because all the indications are it's going to be great weather for the weekend for the wedding. So I'm very happy, because this is an outdoor wedding. So I couldn't wish for anything better than that. Now, this evening when I come home, I think I better go and do some shopping, because I haven't got the wedding gift yet. So I need to do that. Otherwise, the guilt will get to me. And I know I've got a few days left, but there's a little bit of procrastination going on here, because I need a card and I need a present. So I will do that after work tonight. And that will make me happy, because then it'll be less stress. Also be a good idea if I filled up with some gas tonight, because that will make me very happy if I don't run out of gas. But seriously, I do think that people need to know what makes them happy. When you are down, do you know how to lift your spirits up? It is, it's really interesting, because one of the comments that this young man made to me last night was, well, he was going to go out with a girl tonight, and therefore that would be great, because then he'd be happy. And to try and explain to him that to put responsibility on somebody else for your happiness is difficult. In other words, yes, sure, going out with this girl probably will make him very happy, but she is not responsible for making him happy. I wonder if that makes sense to you. We are responsible for making ourselves happy. You are not in a relationship so the other person can make you happy. And if you give that job to the person in your relationship is not going to be a happy one. And one of the things that I also found out was, even if the person you're in a relationship isn't happy, it's okay for you to be happy. You can say, I'm sorry you're not feeling in a happy mood today, and I acknowledge that. And if there's anything I can do to make your day happier, let me know. But in the meantime, I want to get on with my day, because I'm not feeling miserable today. Misery loves company. And I think that's partially a problem. Boy, that rain's really coming down now. Got to put my windshield wipers going faster. There we go. It's a lot better. So I encourage you all to have a look at your day and not let other people affect it. That's a great step forward to your mental health. It's really important that you understand that we control so much of our happiness. It's not about other people, and we blame everybody for our unhappiness. The reason we're unhappy is our reaction to things. And believe me, I'm good at that too. Don't get me wrong. I have unhappy days too. I am by no means perfect on this, but I do know that I am responsible for cheering myself up as well. So on that positive note, I am 3/4 of the way to work, and this is where the traffic gets bad, so I'm going to sign off for today. This is DearMamaSal saying have a happy day. Bye for now.